For this project, we're going to update the keyword research sheets for the current clients. So basically what I want to do is I want to make the sheets a little bit more tighter. They are cleaner so that it's easy to go in and add in the necessary data for keywords and article type to assign the article to the writer, because there's a few columns that we aren't using. So I have completed the 4 critics keyword research sheet already, so you can use this one as a type of template, or just as one to review, not necessarily a template because I'm going to change the template too, but it's just one to review for our current sheets. So we want to make sure that we have A through H. I know there's some hidden columns right here. We'll want to keep those. And then also I through Q. I know there's some hidden columns right here, and we'll want to keep those as well. We'll want to keep those hidden columns in case we want to use that data later on. We want to remove the separator from total page LMS between total page LMS and KC or KD. Make sure this says KC or KD. This will say something different on all the keyword research sheets, but I want to keep it consistent as KC or KD. We want to keep this section here, main keyword checked for existing content, keyword approved. We'll keep that section there. And then we'll go directly into the writing info. So we're going to have the article type. We're going to have the category. We're going to have the target page word count. We're going to have the assigned date. And we're going to have the due date, which automatically populates. So for this, what I would want to make sure of is that our formula is in here, that it is pulling from this Y right here. So make sure that, or whichever, because I know some keywords research sheets are slightly different, but make sure it's pulling from that assigned date. And so for this sheet, it's column Y. So we want to make sure that is right and that it is a +6. So once we do that, we just copy and then we do a shift control down so we can get all of that. And then we do paste special, paste formula. So whenever you're pasting a formula, you want the same formula going down. Just make sure that that is done. We want to add a new column, estimated publishing date. So this is going to help the content manager know how to plan out the articles so that we have the articles done before a particular time. So estimated publishing date is going to be, you want to make sure it's pulling from that Y again, which is the assigned date, and we're going 9 days out from that assigned date. So make sure that's 9. So once you have the correct formula for this top one, you just do that copy, and then you do shift control down so you can easily get all of the columns, and then go ahead and do a paste special and do paste formula only. So now we have an estimated publishing date. We'll want to put the due date in gray because that will let the content manager know that they don't have to populate these columns, that it populates on its own, because once you enter the assigned date, it's going to give you a due date. And then we want to put this in green to let the content manager know that they don't have to touch this either, because once we have the assigned date, it will also populate the publishing date. So we want to do a gray here and a green here. Article SOP, I want to make sure that we have the formula in here, and for some of these we're actually placing in the actual article guidelines, which is fine because we'll do that for the updates moving forward. But I want to make sure all the articles moving forward that we're able to use this formula. So let's see here. I don't think this sheet is, I think this sheet is pretty good as far as, yeah, it has that. So start where your last article, make sure that somewhere in here, the next row has this formula, and I'm not sure, kind of how this formula is put together. I just know it works. So just take that, do a copy, and then a shift control down. And then you want to go and just make sure paste special, paste formula only. Make sure that formula is there just in case we need it, because what that does is when the content manager goes ahead and puts in the type of article. So say that this is information for best product, it pre-populates that, so that helps us with that. So we just want to audit these keyword research sheets to make sure that is complete. Everything else is good. Notes for writer. You don't need to do anything there. That's mostly for publishing right there. So there's nothing to do there. We just want to make sure that this is cleaner. So we want to delete some of those columns that are not needed. Delete a separator that is not needed. Everything else looks good. The other thing that I want to do to audit this is you want to make sure that you put article code. Article type. I think I'm going to change this to article type. So change this to article type. And then make sure you have a note up here, U equals content update, PU equals product update. All right, so then we'll have that here. Another thing that's happening with some of these sheets is it doesn't have the formulas all the way down. So I would want you to open up this part right here, A through the F. And then what you want to do is, okay, so copy and paste here, just A through D. Let me see what content group is. Is that a formula? Okay. Okay, yeah, all of this. A through E, okay. And then you're going to do copy, and you're just going to do this. You're going to scroll all the way down, and then you're going to do paste special, paste formula only. And so that's going to make sure that whenever we add a new article that everything populates correctly. So I'm going to close this out here. I'm going to hide this. And so now we have our updated sheet. The next thing we want to do is just make sure that the sheet only has these 4 columns: CG setout, SEMrush, keyword data, and then variables. On the variables tab, we want to go to the article guidelines dashboard, and I'm actually going to delete this here. I'm going to copy it for later. I'm going to paste it here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete all of this. And then what is this? Floor critics. I'm going to go to the article guidelines dashboard. I'm going to go to the site guidelines. I'm going to look for floor critics. Oh, why did I delete all that? Okay, and I'm going to take this, copy, and then I'm going to paste this in the article SOPs. I want to paste it exactly because I want to keep the links. And then I just need to do it again, like do this, and then copy, and now just paste the values only, because then they'll give you just the words. Perfect. So now we're good. And then the last one that we want to do is content update. Please read specific guidelines. So that's when we do our updates and we're adding in the guidelines. We're not using these, but we'll be able to select from the drop down menu if we add it here. So make sure you add this one always as the last one with all of our keyword research sheets. But that is it. You know, that's what I want done with all the keyword research sheets, so everything is consistent and it's easy as well for the content manager to navigate.